Okay, last example in this section, absolute value functions. What we're going to do now is know how to write an absolute value function. So you know y equals a, x minus h plus k. So we're going to write an equation basically based on a graph. So I'm going to give you a graph, you come up with the equation for it. So what do you need for an equation? You need to know what a is, you need to know what h and k are. And then you leave x and y in your equation always, like y equals mx plus b. You have m and you got b, you plug them in, right? You have y equals this, you need a, h, and k, and you plug them in. Look at this situation here. It's talking about holograms and about beams and lights and all that, but basically there's this laser beam that shoots up and it hits off a mirror and then it shoots down. What do you notice about this? It shoots up, shoots down. That looks like an upside down V, right? This is an absolute value function based on that path right there. So as soon as I see this path, or if it was this path, I'm thinking this is absolute value. All I need to do is find A, H, and K. Where does H and K come from? That comes from the vertex. Do you see the vertex up here? It's right here. And it's hard to see, but if you look close, that says 5, 8 is right here. 5, 8. So 5, 8 is your vertex, which is basically your H, K. Now what do you need to know? You need to find the A value. Now you can't, well, there is a way to look at it. I'll teach you that later. But for right now, it's like, okay, how do you find A? Well, plug in everything that you know. Alright? You know it goes through 5, 8, the vertex. So H and K are covered, but you still don't know X, Y, and A. So we're trying to find A. So basically we need everything else but A to plug it in. So we need, in this case, an X and a Y. Do you notice an X and a Y on this path right here? Look at this. It goes through the point 0, 0. Okay? 0, 0. So 0, 0 is your X and your Y on this graph. So we got X, we got Y, we got H and K, and we're going to find A. All you do is plug all these values in and you'll find A. Alright, I'm going to bring this to another slide. And it's being slow. Here we go. So we got 5, 8. We got 0, 0. What's going on? This is your H and K. This is your X and your Y. Okay, Y equals A X minus H plus K. Let's plug them in. What's Y? Y is 0. A you don't know. X is 0 minus H, which is 5. K plus K, which is 8. Now all you're going to do is solve for A. Get A by itself. Okay? So what do we have here? We have the absolute value of -5, which is 5, right? Everybody get that? Absolute value of -5 is 5. So that's 5 times A, right? These two are multiplied together. So that's 5A right here. 5A plus 8 equals, this side is 0. Solve for A. I don't know why it's being weird. Solve for A. Minus 8. So 5A is equal to -8. And then divided by 5. A equals, leave it, -8 fifths. It's weird. Alright, we have A. You want, the whole point of this thing is to find the equation y equals A X minus H plus K. All you need is A, H, and K for any time I ask you for the equation for an absolute value. So let's plug them in. Y equals A, we just found it, -8 fifths. X minus, what was H? We already had it, 5. Plus K, which is 8. This is your final answer. Circle this. And this is the model that represents the path of that reference beam. Okay? All I really want you to know is if I give you a graph, can you make an equation out of it? put in your h and your k, your whatever x and y that's given. It's not always going to be 0, 0. Actually, it probably won't be 0, 0. Okay, h, k, x, y, plug them all in and find a. And then you can put it in this formula. So that's it for the last example. Hopefully you got that.